All right, all my gamer friendulums. Mr. Eli Roth has finally acknowledged the gigantic flop that Borderlands was earlier this year in August. He's finally broken his silence, and we're going to get into that after the intro. Alrighty, so don't forget on this Cyber Monday, don't forget to like and subscribe. And over here on Game Fragger, as it says, Borderlands movie director Eli Roth finally breaks his silence on the critical and commercial flop that was Borderlands. It will go down as one of the 2024's biggest critical and commercial flops, and Eli Roth has broken his silence on what went wrong with its adaptation of the hit video game series. 2024 is a year Lionsgate likely wants to forget, but Borderlands stands out as the studio's biggest box office flop. Following a disastrous 9 million opening weekend, the movie concluded its month-long run at the box office with a dismal 31 million before limping on the digital platforms. Yes, it did so bad they took it from the theaters in like a month, almost less than a month. It was already on streaming, which is a crazy quick turnaround. With a production budget of 115 million and a 30 million marketing campaign, which saw fans of the hit series games largely reject everything they were seeing, the studio has likely lost upwards of $114 million. That's a lot of money. Meanwhile, on Rotten Tomatoes, Borderlands is one of the worst reviewed movies of the year, with a dire 10% score. According to the critics' consensus, glitching out in every department, Borderlands is balderdash. On the other hand, fans gave it a slightly better score with 51%, which isn't that off. Roth is believed to have run into creative differences with the studio and reportedly replaced by Deadpool director Tim Miller for reshoot. Regardless of how extensive those were, they did little to save the movie. Talking to IndieWire about the Thanksgiving franchise. Yeah, so they talked to IndieWire, but he only mentioned it for a second. So this is him acknowledging it. He only mentioned Borderlands in passing when he said, that was a whole other story. Making that in COVID was like, I could write a book on that. So that's it. That's all we got. I was hoping for a lot more than that. They had a whole interview with him, and he only got him to mention it once. They should have like pulled it out of him. All right, dude, we get to talk about Borderlands. All right, fuck this Thanksgiving movie that no one gives a shit about. I want to hear more about Borderlands and why it bombed so hard. But while the pandemic likely presented its fair share of challenges for those involved, most fans were turned off by the changes the adaptation made to the hit game franchise. Earlier this year, Lionsgate CEO John Feldheimer said, within our television group, our unscripted business is feeling the effects of a continuing market correction. In our film group, the poor box office performance of Borderlands, coupled with softer than anticipated results for other releases in the quarter, reflected an environment with less margin for error than ever before. He later explained that nearly everything that could go wrong did go wrong. It sat on the shelf for too long during the pandemic. Reshoots and rising interest rates took it outside the safety zone of our usual strict financial models. Several of our other releases in that quarter, though cushioned by financial models that worked as intended, didn't live up to our standards or our projections. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which is on Prime, and I thought I liked it. The Crow, didn't watch it, but I heard it was a bomb. Never Let Go and Megalopolis likely all fall into that category. Starring Kate Blanchett, Kevin Hart, Jack Black, Edward Ramirez, Ariana Goldblatt, Florian Montanol, Gina Gershon, and Jamie Lee Curtis. Borderlands is based on a video game franchise created by Gearbox Software. Eli Roth directed the movie from a screenplay he penned with Joe Crombie. However, it's been widely reported that he handed over directing duties to Deadpool Hammer, Tim Miller for the movie's visual. But apparently that's a secret no one wants to actually fully say yes or no on. Have you watched Borderlands? If so, is it as bad as some believe? I don't think it is. I'm kind of tired of people shitting on this movie. It's really not that bad. So I don't know. I think it's a bit overblown how badly this movie did. There's not much I can do about that. It's still unfortunate. Still makes me sad. Also makes me sad that they're never going to make another Borderlands movie or show now. They're not going to even bother to try. And that's what's the most unfortunate part of it for me personally. But I've already done a lot of videos on that and the disappointment about it for me personally as someone who loves the games and someone who just wants every adaptation to be good and succeed regardless if it's the game that I even play or not. So, oh well. It's a shame Mr. Roth didn't expand on everything. He literally just said one little tiny line towards it and then that was it. But oh well. Who knows if down the road maybe he'll finally like write that book he said he would write about it.
It's Pete. It's Pete. Why do you think it's called Piss Wash? How did I get the name? It's in my mouth!
But that's it for me on my little report here today, folks. If you've liked this video, please like it below and share it and tell all your friends about it and comment on what you think about the movie and is it as bad as they say? I don't think it is. But that's it for me. Don't forget to like and subscribe and to keep gaming.